Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you for being here. Welcome to our show. We are Na Hoaloha, which means friends in Hawaiian, and we are the members of the ukulele program at the Japanese Cultural and Community Center of Northern California in Japantown, San Francisco. So I can say with confidence, I think, although completely not based on fact, that this is the largest ukulele band in San Francisco playing right now. There's about 35 of us on stage, and we look forward to this day. Every year when we can present to all of our family and friends what we've been working on during the year. So we study Hawaiian music, we sing it, play it together, and what is that? I have no idea. So we just hope it only happens once. The Hawaiian word for this is a hoike, so welcome to our hoike, and we're so glad that you're here sharing part of your afternoon with us. So I would like to ask Kumu Michael Yamashita to welcome us all with an oli, a traditional Hawaiian chant. Kumu Michael, I don't see you now, but you're there. Yes.
Ai kaukali ai kamana walai he hi moi ko o alana oi o halaulani o kale me manu ke kanine ke kua hi ke kua lono ku mahale hua ku moho ke la you go ia me o e la kai kana hele ka no ya kua hi ke kua lono e ho I mai
Thank you, Kumu. So before we get started with the music, I would like to thank Pastor Teresa Cho and the congregation here at St. John's for allowing us to use this beautiful, beautiful church. Isn't it amazing? And with the sunlight coming in, it's incredible for our program today. I'd also like to thank Kumu Michael and the members of Kaiaulu Hula Halau. They're going to be sharing their hula with us. We have some dancers from other halau too. They're going to come up at certain times, but we are so blessed to have them here, and thank you so much. And also I'd like to thank and welcome Kumu Herman Teixeira. He is presenting his feather lei work, his lei hulu, in the next room here, just right in there in the chapel. So if you didn't get a chance to see it before the program, please go and look at it. It's really, really beautiful work. And it's appropriate for our program today because the lei hulu, the feather lei, having no precious metals or no gems, the Hawaiian people made their items of adornment for the elite, or those of chiefly or royal status, from the beautiful feathers of the native birds. So it's appropriate in that we're doing songs today from the Hawaiian Monarchy. So please take a look during our social hour. Please come and look. There's so much that could be said about the music that we're doing today. We could just talk the whole, hour or so that we're going to be playing, but we do want to play some music. So I'm going to try to keep the comments to, just to give some brief historical overview and context for the music, because I think it's so important. We think that's important in presenting the music. So the music that we know today as Hawaiian music evolved out of a cultural crucible, I would call it, that was created in Hawaii after the first contact with the outside world. And the 19th century in particular was a very turbulent time in Hawaii. There was very dramatic economic, social, and cultural change. Many of those changes were not positive for the Hawaiian people. The population was, of course, decimated by, like so many other native populations, by contact with the outside world through disease. But from that cultural mix, from a musical standpoint, the melding of native Hawaiian traditions with the musical styles of the wider world developed a style of music that is uniquely Hawaiian, and it emerged from this coming together of different cultures. The focus of our program is the music composed in the latter part of the 19th century by the members of the royal family, which are known as Lani, which means the four royals. And this is the name that has been given to King David Kalakaua, and he was the last king of Hawaii, and to his sister Liliuokalani, who ruled after his death, their younger brother and younger sister Likelike and Leleohoku. So their pictures are up on the screen there, is that right? We can't see, I can see it here, but I just want to make sure it's showing up there, right? Good, thanks. There's a very high-tech TV underneath this, this sheet, but we didn't have the right plug, so we improvised. But anyway, back to Nalanieha. They all loved music. They studied it, they played it, they promoted music, and they all composed music throughout their life. What you will hear in their composition is the blending of European, Western music structure and harmony with Hawaiian themes and poetic traditions. Now, for our first song, we're going to back up just one step to King Lunalilo. We're going to do a song that was originally composed as a chant, which celebrated a voyage to America. And it illustrates this blending of tradition of Hawaiian chant and poetry with Western melodic structure. The title of the song is No Keano Ahi Ahi. Okay, now is the sound check. Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah.
No? It needs to be louder. We have one person who says it needs to be louder. Okay. All right. Let's see where we are. So, moving to a song by King Kalakaua. He was a very progressive monarch with a deep sense of loyalty and love for his people. He recognized the importance of the traditional arts of chant and hula for the cultural identity of Hawaiian people. And he's credited largely for saving this precious cultural heritage against the forces of westernization. He's also known as the Merry Monarch. So Merry Monarch Festival's coming up at the end of this month. So it's named after Kalakaua. And he's known for that because of his role in saving this wonderful heritage, and also because he loved hula and music performance. And you can hear his love of music in this song he composed called Koniau Ikawai, I Yearn for the Water. Actually, it's his love of life, I should say, that you can hear in this very playful song. It's kind of a drinking song. You'll see the lyrics there in the hui, the chorus, and it's a fun song called Koniau Ikawai, I Yearn for the Water. Yeah, so sorry I was a little late on the uptake there. Except for the hula numbers, the words, the English translations are supposed to be up on the screen, so I'll try to be better. So Kalakaua also loved and promoted the ukulele, which was brought to Hawaii by Portuguese immigrants in the 1870s, and they began making their small little 4-string guitars in Hawaii. So I just feel compelled to say, God bless immigrants for all they bring to the world, for the diversity, for the interest, for the energy, and all the wonderful things that they have brought to our world. So, but I think Kalakaua would be overjoyed by the popularity, maybe even a little amazed by the popularity of the ukulele today. So we have lots of ukuleles on stage. We have sopranos. Who's playing a soprano? Soprano, concert ukuleles, and tenor, and baritone. One baritone. And we also have our bass ukulele, which is a relatively new invention. We have 2 bass players, and they'll be switching off playing bass and playing ukulele in different parts of the show. But yeah, we have these Portuguese immigrants and the Hawaiians to thank, who adopted and loved their ukuleles. So we're going to feature our ukulele on this next song. It's a Spanish-style waltz, and it was composed by a member of the Royal Hawaiian Band at the time. And it's someone that King Kalakaua very well might have known. He probably knew him. There's every reason to believe that he did. The song is about Waialae on the island of Oahu, the king, King Kalakaua, had a friend who had a ranch there at the time, and perhaps Kalakaua enjoyed listening or playing this song in the parlor of his friend's ranch in Waialae. So we're going to do it for you now.
Hawaiian.
Mahalo. All right, so to give you a sampling of some of the other kind of songs that we do, that we've worked on over the past year, we're going to have a couple of three, I think, little musical interludes, hula interludes into our program about Nalanieha. So the first one is about a beautiful beach on the island of Maui, and we're going to invite our dancers out to dance this wonderful mele. Ho'oki papaka. Yeah, please come up. Sorry, no warning. So ho'okipa means to welcome. So this is basically welcoming beach. Mahalo dancers, thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay. There it is again. Second time. Prince Leleohoku was the younger brother of Kalakaua, and it is said that although he didn't live very long, I think he only lived to be 22, but he was the most naturally gifted musician among his siblings. He is known for adapting the folk songs that he heard from visiting sailors, from merchants, from foreign settlers at the time, and also for the intermingling of foreign words with Hawaiian lyrics, which was popular to do at the time. And we're going to do two of his most well-known songs. They're both kind of playful love songs. You'll see in the lyrics what I mean. And the first one is Adios ke aloha, goodbye my love. One, two, Ukulele o kapola ilai, kalalave malia kamahina, o ani ani mai e ahi, ahi aoe o kolono mai. Ahe aoe, ahe aoe, oe o lono mai. Ine leo nahe nahe, adios, adios ke aloha. Adios, adios ke aloha. E ka haoli ni ki puai, e ke aloha e maliu ai hoe. Ke hola le mai ne ke kiu uanu ka maui na ua. Aia, ae aoe, ae aoe, oe o lono mai. Another one of his playful love songs is Moani Keala. So he, you can see by the lyrics here that he's comparing his girlfriend to a sort of a cool wind. It's like, why are you so cold? You're keeping me waiting. So it's kind of a playful little song here. Moani Keala. Mahalo, thank you so much. So this is a song we've been working on, which features our ukulele. And it's the only song that in the set that's not in Hawaiian. It's in Japanese because it's a song from the island of Okinawa. The song is entitled Sato o Kibi Batake, which means sugarcane field, and it's a very beautiful song which speaks of the sorrow and sadness and loss that was brought by the battle for Okinawa in World War II. Sato o Kibi Batake. You'll hear in the lyrics the zawawa. So zawawa is the sound. It's not a word. It's the sound, a sound word of the wind blowing through the sugarcane fields. Sorry, I just have to tune up quickly. Ukuleles heat up and go out of tune. So much. All right, now we're going to feature a song with Mark Pegram back there in the back. Mark, raise your hand so people can see you. It has been my pleasure to know and sing with Mark for probably 16 years now, I think. And he's going to sing this song, Na Vili Vili, place, beautiful little bay there against the mountains in Kauai, in a style of traditional Hawaiian falsetto singing called Leo Kie Kie, which means highest. Kie Kie means exalted. And it also features what's called ha'i ha'i, which is, ha'i means to break or to snap. And so the Hawaiian style accentuates the break in the voice rather than trying to cover it up. So this is Navilivili, and we're welcoming to the stage our Kani of Kaiahulu to dance this wonderful mele for us. Roll up your sleeve.
Got it.
Yep. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nani no moe ya ni ni he beauty maoli no Kala mai nei amona vili vili he nani no moe ya ni ni he beauty maoli no Kuahivi nani oe a ohaupu kapua moki hana ea kapua nani o kawai kuahivi nani oe a ohaupu kapua moki hana ea kapua nani o kawai ka manao a o kauai e o mai kule o aloha ke kania o pilani Ohi ka manao a o kauai e o mai kule o aloha ke kania o pilani Ai mai ana kapuana kaulana mai na vili vili he buti maoli no ai mai ana kapuana kaulana mai na vili vili he buti maoli no
Thank you very much.
Princess Like Like was the younger sister of Kalakaua and Liliuokalani, and she too was a very gifted poet and composer. And we will perform two of her best-known songs. The first one being Aina Hau, was written for the Waikiki home that she shared with her husband Archibald Cleghorn and their daughter Princess Kaiulani. Aina Hau was the site of many parties and gatherings where music was the center of activity. Aina Hau, my home so regal. Rose, e Well, the sound system liked it. You know, you just never know why these things happen. Let's try again. I think it's okay. So our next song, composed by Like Like, is a haunting melody. It's a beautiful, beautiful love song, perhaps one of the most beautiful love songs in the Hawaiian music. It's called Ku Ipo Ikahe Pue One. And she writes of an evening of love shared in the forest. It is said that she may have written this song for a sweetheart that she was not able to marry. Ku Ipo Ikahe Pue One.
Ku ipo ikahe pue o
Queen Liliuokalani, sorry, getting the names mixed up. Liliuokalani was the most accomplished composer of her siblings, or for that matter, really anyone in 19th century Hawaii. She composed hundreds of songs, many that are loved today, including the melodies that are known and recognized around the world. Liliuokalani said that our next song was written in collaboration with her sister Like Like and another friend. The song is Ahelau Makani, a gentle caressing breeze. When her brother Kalakaua died in San Francisco in 1891, Liliuokalani became the queen of the Hawaiian nation. Concerned for the ever-increasing foreign influence in the affairs of Hawaii, she attempted to reassert the authority of the monarchy. In reaction, a group of American business interests, with support from American naval troops, staged an illegal takeover of the government. Fearing bloodshed, Liliuokalani stepped down, believing that the United States would recognize Hawaii's sovereignty and return her to the throne. Ultimately, the political forces of American imperialism, the concepts of manifest destiny, won out, and the sovereign monarchy of Hawaii was lost. 100 years later, in 1993, President Clinton signed the Apology Resolution, which formally acknowledged the role of American citizens and agents in the illegal overthrow of the Kingdom of Hawaii. Our next song comes to us from that time. It was written in 1893 by Ellen Wright Pendergast to express the anger and resentment the people felt over the loss of their sovereignty. The song was sung at the time, but then in a few years, as times changed and political events changed, it was mostly forgotten. But then it was revived in the 1950s, and again the song has become important for people concerned about the marginalization of Native Hawaiian people and the present-day sovereignty movements in Hawaii. The song is Kaulana Napua, Famous Are the Children. Kaulana Napua o Hawaii, Kupa mahoe o kaina, Iki mai ka elele o goloko ino, Pala pala nunu mega paka. Ani mai Hawaii moku o ke rame, Kohu ana unua o ki Lani, Ka koko mai Hawaii o mahalo, Pa'ahu heke o ka kuihela. This political situation went on for several years after the initial overthrow of Lani. And at one point, some of her supporters staged a failed attempt to bring back their monarchy. And as a result of that, the provisional government of Hawaii at the time, the takeover government, imprisoned Liliuokalani in her palace, in Iolani Palace, in one of the rooms there. And she was held there for 8 months, and her contacts were very restricted. They didn't want her talking to too many people, afraid that the royalists would perhaps try to take over the provisional government again. But she was allowed to receive flowers from her gardens. And one day her flowers were brought to her, which she recognized as being her favorite flowers from her garden at Po'akalani. And so she wrote this beautiful song there while under house arrest, called Ku'upua I Po'akalani, the flowers at Po'akalani. And Jeannie Skybrook is going to do our solo for us, and she's going to sing this beautiful song by the Queen. All right, we have one more hula before our last song, so please come up, our dancers, and we'll dance a song for Oahu called Aloha Oahu. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Aloha. Aloha, Oahu, le kahilima. Ukomanu, yellow-feathered bird, aloha. Aloha, Oahu, le kahilima. Okomanu, hulu mele, mele. Let's go around Oahu, kabuni. Kabuni, ho'ia. The number one beautiful place is Waikiki. Kapuni, Kaapuni, Hoia, Apuni, Ahokahi, Meanani, Aho, Waikiki. Let's smell the seaweed, Moani. Moani ke ala o kahiko. So good with poke. The meka poke o io e uese ono. Moani. Moani ke ala o kahiko. Meka poke. Thank you so much, dancers. Well, we want to thank you again for coming and sharing your afternoon with us. We hope you've enjoyed the program. Please stay and enjoy the food. So the food is back through this door over here, stage right, and to the left. So we prepared some things for you, so please stay and enjoy and talk. And again, thank you so much for coming. We've had a wonderful time. Oh, I would like to say that we would love it if you enjoyed the show and you enjoy the food. Please leave a little donation for the church. Put it in an envelope. You can give it to me. We'll work this out right now. You can give it to me, or you can give it to Evelyn. Evelyn, stand up. and we'll be sure the church gets it. So we'll leave you with probably the best known song by Liliuokalani. Aloha Oi is known around the world. Usually the context is it's a song of farewell. And at least to my way of thinking and what I've read about how the song was written and why the Queen wrote the song, I think we carry over these decades that the song has been with us, we maybe carry a sort of sense of sadness with the song that perhaps the Queen didn't actually intend, if you read the poetry. She wrote the song after witnessing a tender goodbye between two young lovers. So she always thought of it as a love song. And the third verse and the second verse and the third verse, you rarely are rarely sung. You don't hear them very often. It's even hard to find a recording that has all three verses on it. But I think those two verses more completely explain the sentiment and the intent of the song. So we're going to honor Queen Liliuokalani's intentions and sing all three verses of her beautiful love song, Aloha Oi.
Until
Thank you, everyone. All right, I heard a Hoaloha. Mahalo, thank you. So we're going to do a beautiful love song, a song that you might sing to anyone that's dear and precious to you. It's called Lani. So dancers, please come back and let's finish with one more hula, Lani. Yeah, you got your sweater on. Leave it on. It's okay. No worries. This song says, Auhea Valeoi, where are you, my beautiful garland of flowers? Please come so that we can be together. Your love is always on my mind, pounding in my mind. It was a faithful meeting. It's right that we should be together. No, let's do 2-2-2. Yeah, 2-2-2. Nobody's going anywhere, right? Sorry, we usually do 1-1-1 because, we're at performances or festivals and they're rushing us off the stage. So, but we're going to do 2-2-2 because it's our show. Ukulele, Lani, oh, Lani, no kawa, Lani, bili. Auhea, vale, oe, ukulele, Lani, oh, Lani, no kawa. Let's get together. Hoaloha. Hoaloha kauare. Ehi poine. Ahakui kueha. Ehi kolumana. I can't get you off my mind. Hoaloha. Mahalo, everyone. Thank you, hula dancers. Thanks, everybody. Please stay and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please stay and enjoy. And again, mahalo for being here. Mahalo. Thank you, everyone.